morning, Lagos, and welcome back. This is Smooth 98.1, and I am here with Rotus for Business Express 91.
Hello, Ayo. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Rotus. How are you doing today?
Man, look, I almost didn't make it for this show. Traffic was on a mad thing this morning. Traffic, good gracious. Look, we have an infrastructure problem in this city, and whoever becomes governor on, is it March 2nd, March 3rd? I really hope that they address, well, at least for the Lekki axis, my side, they address the
all
Ayomairo-ese.
over Lagos.
Good gracious, you know. Hey, and look, my guest is here. She
Almost
too
didn't
was.
make it.
She was facing the same thing, and she's coming from the opposite side of town. I'm gonna let her catch her breath and get together. But it's
All
Janet
right.
from ARM. That's who's joining us.
Hi, Janet. While you catch your breath, I'll
Yes.
just let people know how to get in touch here on the show.
Insane.
I say if you'd like to send a message during the show, WhatsApp number is 0809-444-0981. So that's 0809-444-0981. On Twitter, we're live at Smooth981, and the hashtag to use is Business Express 981.
Yes.
Rotus, take it away.
Thank you, thank you. So, how was the markets on Friday? Up by 0.26%, closed at 30,636.36 points. Lots of sixes in there. And as far as the number of stocks that gained, it was 24 gainers, 11 losers. Access Bank, FBN Holdings, Zenith Bank, UBA. They were most of the stocks that were responsible for pushing us into the positive region. Maybe it was the marathon that pushed up Access Bank stock. Who knows? Okay, but first things we're going to address is the mishap, the airline mishap that happened with the vice president over the weekend. I think it was on Saturday in Kaba in Kogi State. His helicopter suffered a bit of a crash, but everybody on the helicopter was fine. No major injuries or anything like that. Everybody came out of the vehicle unscathed. However, on the business side of things, it turns out that the helicopter was actually from Caverton Offshore. I believe it's Caverton Offshore PLC. And as you folks out there know, that that's Caverton Offshore Support Group. That is the parent company of Caverton Helicopters. They are the ones who actually sent out, provided this helicopter for the vice president to use for his campaign activities in Kogi State. So now my question is, at least what we're looking at on this end, Janet, you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's have her mic up here again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, there she is. So Janet, Caverton, I didn't see the stock. Okay, we'll see how the stock reacts today, but they closed at 2 naira 20 kobo. I believe they were flats on Friday. Where was the high for the stock this year? Caverton stock is up 2 naira 33 kobo. I think was the high on the 25th of January. It's at 220. I mean, you know how these things are in the West. If it was in the West now, any small thing, the stock would just drop. If something bad happens, usually a stock either drops or there's an adverse reaction. But how do you see it for trading today? I mean, I know you guys don't cover Caverton, right? Yeah.
No.
Okay, fine. But I mean, just off the top of your head, what do you think? What do you think?
Well, I mean, like you mentioned, for a normal market or for highly sensitive market, this would definitely have driven prices lower. Considering it's the core of their business, and then you're considering occupied consumers or service or the people who use their services will probably not want to take up their services anymore, and that could impact their revenue and the like. But then this is, like you mentioned, it's quite a sensitive subject. Nobody can really say for sure what to expect, and then you may not really see that. You may see the prices react, you may not, but then should the prices react, at least what to link it to.
Okay.
And all of that. But I believe more sensitive is the incident itself. We're just really glad that the vice president is okay. Otherwise, even aside Caverton, if it had gone south, it would have impacted our markets greatly. Right.
So I mean, we'll see how things go. Caverton did release a statement stating that they're blaming it on weather issues. Although I was reading business, there's a where is that funny statement that I saw here? Okay, they said according to an eyewitness who preferred anonymity, the chopper crashed because the pilots forgot to wet the floor, so heavy dust came off, leading to his disorientation. Now, and if there are any engineers out there, I don't know, do helicopters dispense water from there, from the bottom of them to wet the floor. I don't even know what that. I don't know what that means. But anyway, if you look at the video, and there's a video of the helicopter, there was lots of dust there. Yeah, yeah. So maybe that's an infrastructure issue. Maybe government needs to create.
Saw what happened.
Yeah. So you need to probably build better airline strips for these helicopters to land, so there isn't enough dust to disrupt them when they're landing. Shall we move on to PMI? Yeah. Okay. So PMI for January, yes, I believe it's according to Business Day, it's slumped. What's happening there? PMI dropped a bit for the month of January.
Yes. So for the manufacturing PMI, or the manufacturing purchasing manager index, so it's largely a leading indicator, and what we saw was it actually declined to 58.5 from 61.1. But I mean, when you look at trend historically, December, the PMI is known to peak at December.
Okay.
And that's quite understandable. It's the festive season. Usually you have demand up, you have consumption really high, and then it just speaks, business for most of these business guys. So when surveys conducted during this era, I mean, it's usually this high. And when you even consider, previous, I mean, we have data that showed up to 2014, and you hadn't seen 61 points, in all of that time. So it was actually a record high, but then the moderation we're seeing is more or less like a normalization of the PMI, PMI data. And then, I mean, even when you look at the 58.5 that came through, you're seeing it like it was actually higher than any of the other indexes or any of the points that came through in 2018 aside December.
Okay.
And then looking further, you're looking at the sector. You see that the petroleum sector actually, recorded some, was actually the highest of the best sector, in that particular manufacturing segment. And then you also saw cement as well also showed some growth. So all of this really just leads to expansion, ideally. But the only problem we've had with PMI is that, it's usually more optimistic than what you'd see in the GDP figures that come through eventually. So, but hopefully we're able to see that thrust in GDP numbers this Q1, and then it kicks off from there. But I believe everybody just seems to be waiting for the election, and
to pass on. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. So again, that's the PMI, that's the Purchasing Managers Index, where it's a survey again that's conducted by the CBN, right? Where they ask manufacturers, how's your employment levels, how's your inventory, how's your production levels, and so on and so forth. Ayo, we got a few messages.
We have a message here. Thankfully, he's put his name there at K_Trinity. Please put your name and the location where possible. It says in an election month, business managers are less optimistic about purchasing and orders. I think it will pick up as long as FX remains stable.
Okay.
That's on PMI.
Okay. What about? Okay, I think I saw something on the helicopter.
Well, he said it's all about context. It's not a fatal crash compared to the ones that happened by Bristol helicopters at Aruoture.
Yes, I remember that one. Yes.
Died, unfortunately.
Thank you for that message, Kate Trinity. Okay, shall we touch on IGR?
Okay,
yeah. So I see that IGR. I believe this is we're looking at the third quarter of last year. According to the Bureau of Statistics, that's internally generated revenue for the state. It dropped to, what are we seeing here? 264 billion naira.
Yeah.
So a bit of a drop compared to the second quarter.
Yeah, it was 5% lower compared to what we saw. And then when you also have to compare to, when you have to compare to the similar period in 2019, even though it wasn't, the data didn't capture for all of the states last year or the year before, it actually showed that this was actually much higher than what we recorded, last year. And then when you also have to look at the states, unsurprisingly, we have Lagos top, Lagos top the charts.
Yeah.
So it was actually the highest. It was the state with the highest
IGR.
Exactly.
Right.
So it generated more revenue during the period. And I mean, when you also have to put that, side by side, compare it with, how much this state actually put up to the side for their budget in terms of expenditure, you see that this is actually not sufficient. So, and again, I think this just all points out to, most of the challenges we've always talked about, how states have to be able to, pull their own weight, and then, not have to rely solely on the government. There are different ways that the states could actually get creative, particularly when it comes to, we've had states actually come up with initiatives like Edo coming up with, trying to ensure, make the whole environment conducive for all
business, right.
So I believe it's something that, but by the time they're able to, and usually when you have to sum sum these parts, all of this just speaks to greater development for the whole of the body, like the country.
Okay. Hey Lagos, if you're making so much IGR, how about you help us out with the traffic situation so we don't have any issues? I think Papi K has a message here on WhatsApp. What's Papi K
Yes,
saying
he's still talking about the Ouro crash. He says from Ouro crash to plenty carroting crashes, they keep bouncing back because they're the biggest and the best in the land for helicopter business, albeit still need to improve. The VP is fine, thank God that trade wouldn't react. This is Nigeria.
Thank you for that, Papi K.
Alright, we have another one here on the IGR. It says we
Yes.
should start appraising governors with our IGR. How do states with massive resources claim to be broke and waiting for FPAC,
Yes.
Ekiti, Oshun sit on bitumen and limestone? That's from K
Trinity, that exactly. Didn't the minister for minerals also, didn't he go run for governor somewhere or something like that? Mr. Fire me,
Fine.
yeah,
He is the current governor of Ekiti State.
Ekiti State,
Yes,
right?
he is.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was exact. So I think K Trinity is sobbing here. All right. Real quick, let's see. PZ Cussons. So okay, we talked about this last week. There were reports that PZ Cussons was supposed to be leaving Nigeria. Now we threw some doubt on this story. I will say it on this show when it came out. But now, Janet, they've officially come out with a statement saying that in fact they are not leaving Nigeria. Yeah.
Yes, of course. So I mean, when you just have to cast our mind back to last year when the management actually gave some profit warning as to what to expect, and then we had the results come through. I mean, if you just remember the Q2 result that was released late last year, it was mostly helped by forex gains.
Okay.
So and then this coming out definitely impacted sentiment and all, and then this just was mistook by media and went around as PZ actually intending to leave the country.
Right.
What they actually said was they're expecting poor performance because the Nigerian business is suffering. So there was no statement as such or pointing towards such. But I mean, when you even look at the stock market, the stock was flat.
Right. Yes,
so
it was.
We didn't see that harsh reaction to it. But
Okay.
we'll see what this week holds for.
They're not leaving. The business is sweet. They're not going to leave here. And when they sell all these, okay. Another message.
Yeah, another message. This is from Rainmaker on WhatsApp. He says Lagos is making the money of about 24 states. Massive improvement there. I think we need to watch out for Edo. Obaseki is making so much improvement with that too. PMI, I don't trust it that much. We rarely see the flow through in terms of development and inflation. It's just a perception measure.
Thank you for that, Pap K. All right. You already mentioned Edo, right? So when you were talking about
But then I think one thing to just put in perspective is the fact that when you consider the revenues, you have to consider how much this state actually spend. Lagos also topped in terms of, but then we also have likes of Cross River, actually having trillions of naira in their budget, and they are actually down the ranks when it comes to revenue. So you have to put that aside.
Okay, I think that should do it. Yeah, Ayo.
Yes.
I wanted to get to Sterling Bank. They were naughty. They were naughty
They're
again.
very naughty.
On Twitter. Sterling Bank is still shaking tables. Well, Janet from ARM, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody for your messages as well.
All right, thank you guys.